Hello and welcome back to our special coverage of the government's cash cleanup move. We've been bringing you on-ground reports from across the country on how people are dealing with the cash crunch. We now have Jude Sanith, who is in Chennai, and Rukmini Rao, who's joining in from Bangalore. Afternoon, guys. Jude, I'm gonna come to you first. What's happening in Chennai?
Well, the good news from Chennai really is the fact that there's not much chaos, at least as far as some of the prime localities in the city are concerned. In fact, we're in Mylapore, pretty much in the heart of Chennai. And as you can clearly see, orderly queues have really been the order of the day. People have been waiting their turn. Yes, there is a long waiting time. I've spoken to people from the morning who've been waiting. For instance, we're at an SBI branch here in Mylapore, and people have been waiting from anywhere between 1 hour to 3 hours. So there is a long wait. But luckily enough, there is some order to the way processes are carried out here. But the problem really, and this is something that's been lasting from the morning, is the fact that most ATMs in the city are still not functioning. In fact, even the SBI ATM where I am currently at, you can clearly see it's an open ATM. The shutters are not down, but what we are told is the ATM will only accept cash deposits, which means those people who are coming out of the ATMs, they haven't quite been able to withdraw money from the ATM itself. But the bigger problem really is the fact that there's a communication crisis as well. People are telling us that as far as their banks are concerned, people have been asked to go back to their home branches in order to process their exchanges and deposits. In fact, most people who've been standing here belong to this branch of SBI. There are people who've commuted close to 15 kilometers to go back to their home branches. So there is a lot of commutation really to get back to the branches where people are owning bank accounts or having bank accounts. But the fact is, the good news is there's not much chaos here. There is some order to the processes that are happening, but yes, there is a long waiting time and ATMs aren't quite working from the city just as yet.
Okay, Jude, thanks very much for that. We're going to keep coming back to you for more updates. So that's Jude Sanith joining in from Chennai. Remember, we had Timsi from Delhi telling us a similar thing, that there is chaos, but there's no real outrage, or it's quite a calm mood that we're seeing in Chennai as well as in Delhi at this point in time, at least outside the ATMs that they're reporting from. We have Rukmini joining in from Bangalore, so let's go across with what she has to update us on. Rukmini, over to you.
Well, banks have been, of course, sending SMSs asking people to use alternate modes of payment, and also government urging people to shift to, electronic payments. And I have with me Bhakta Keshwachar, who is CTO and also co-founder of EasyTap. Bhakta, I just want to get a sense from you in the last couple of days, what has been the traction? Do you see small traders actually shifting to alternate modes of payments?
Yes. So we in EasyTap enable digital payments for all our merchants. The demonetization program announced by the government on Tuesday just leapfrogged the India into a digital economy. Interestingly, we are seeing a very huge surge in our transaction volume and an exponential increase in the interest on the products. But what is more interesting is we are seeing interest from very non-traditional merchants like doctors, laundromats, vegetable vendors, in addition to our usual customers like e-com and telecom and insurance.
Bhakta, are you seeing a lot of, first-time users of EasyTap? Also give us a sense of, in terms of the increase of these first-time users of EasyTap, what has that been in the last couple of days?
There has been a huge increase in the number of first-time users, both from the merchant side and from the consumer side. We closely track our database. So in addition to the surge in volume with the existing merchants and customers, we have seen, as I mentioned before.
So also, give us a sense of what kind of volumes have been you've been dealing with in terms of transaction for the last couple of days?
Unfortunately, I can't discuss the exact volumes, but we have seen a tremendous surge in payments volumes from Wednesday morning, and the interesting thing is it's holding. There is no decrease in the volume at all.
Sure. As you heard from Bhakta himself, definitely people are now exploring the electronic option payments, and that too in a big way. Back to you.
Rukmini, thanks very much for that. Almost a desperation to go online now and to go towards the credit market for a lot of people at this point in time, considering the cash crunch. We're going to take a break on that note, but we're going to continue our special coverage of the government's cash cleanup.